Greetings my lovelies, hi it's Emmy. Welcome back to another You Made What, where I recipe test unusual recipes. So this video is actually a response to the last You Made What episode in which I made dorilocos, or crazy Doritos, which involved a bag of snack-sized Doritos and you put all kinds of interesting condiments and toppings on top. And I mentioned in that video Frito pie, which I had never tasted before. And I got tons and tons of comments and responses from all you guys saying, please make it, please make it. Alright, and if you like these kinds of videos, be sure to subscribe for more eating. Alright, let's go ahead and get started. I whipped up a little batch of this chili. I found a mix called 2 Alarm Chili in my grocery store and I was dying to try it. And it's Texas style. That means there are no beans and it's like a red chili. So I'll show you how I put that together.
So here are all the spices that come with the chili mix. It also includes some masa if you'd like your chili a little bit thicker. So in a large pot, you're going to brown up 2 pounds of ground beef. When your meat is all browned, you're going to dump in all the spices. Mix well, and then add 1 8-ounce can of tomato sauce, and then 2 cans of water. Mix well, and then bring everything up to a simmer, and then reduce the heat and allow it to boil for at least 30 minutes. And that's it, 2 Alarm Chili.
You can also just use a can of chili if you like and water it down a little bit so it's a little bit soupy, and that'll work too. So besides the chili, you're gonna need a bag of Fritos. I'm just using a little snack size here. And this is what I find that's really helpful with this. Roll it down once and then twice. Not too far because you want to leave enough room for your toppings. And that way it strengthens the top and it also keeps your bag open. All right, so there's that. And now we're going to add a generous dollop of chili on top of our Frito chips. And then I'm going to add some shredded cheese. I'm going to use the pre-shredded orange stuff because that seems to be traditional. Got a good amount of that on top. And then I'm going to add some onions, but I'm using green onions. These have a nice color to them. And then because I like things spicy, I'm going to add a few jalapenos. Yum. I'm gonna kind of crunch everything together so I can get a manageable bite. Itadakimasu. And that's really good. The chips soften up a little bit in the chili. The chili is warm, and then you've got the spice of the jalapeno, which is great. A little bit tangy and pickled. And then you've got the creamy cheese in there too, which kind of just holds everything together and makes it kind of rich. It's great. And the oiliness of the chips goes really well with the chili. It's a great combination. So I'm gonna make another version, and this is gonna be more of like a walking taco version. So again, take another bag of Fritos, a generous dollop of chili on top. If this was a true walking taco, this would be seasoned with taco mix rather than chili, but I think it still works. I'm gonna add some shredded lettuce on top, cheese. Then I'm gonna add some tomatoes, sour cream, and green onions. And for good measure, squeeze a lime. All right, let's give that one a taste. So same idea, we're gonna mix it all up, crush it. I really love the crunch of the lettuce and the freshness of the tomatoes and the added lime in there as well. Delicious. All right, so that was a Frito pie and a walking taco. Let me know in the comments below if you've ever had these before or if there's any other unusual recipes that you'd like me to try. All right, I hope you guys enjoyed that. I hope you guys learned something. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I shall see you in my next video. Toodaloo, take care, bye. So I'm gonna add a generous amount of that, Valentina. And then we're gonna add some chamoy. Chamoy is a fruity, kind of sour, sweet sauce. I really want to have some avocado on this, but my avocado is not ripe. I have 4 avocados in this bowl and I can't have any of them. What terrible torture.